And welcome back to Let's Play Omori. Yeah, when you collect all the black space keys, the game actually crashes on you. Thought that was a pretty good note to end on. But now that we've collected all of them, we have unrestrained access to the Abyss. So let's head in there. So far, nothing out of the ordinary, but we have a ladder leading down. Now, within the Abyss proper, we're going to quickly find that there are a few things to harass us. And, of course, items. Lots of good healing items to collect in here. As you can see, there's a reverse mermaid running around over there. We'll just try to kite around him. Don't really feel like fighting him. Yeah, he's blocking the way. Well, we can just quickly take this guy out. As you can see, we are quite powerful, so this thing's heyday is well past it. We'll need to do a bit of fighting in order to collect all the money that we need to complete all the commissions, as I've made mention of before, but bears repeating because you do require quite a bit of money to get them all. As you can see, there's a variety of ladders that we can go down, and what do we got over there? Looks like something. As a matter of fact, it is something. Well, let's try taking these guys out as best we can. Actually, you know what? Let's show off Suffocate. I don't think I got a chance to do that yet. Not gonna bother clearing a Freight on my teammates, but as you can see, Suffocate does a flat 400 damage every time, and it lowers their defense by the maximum, I believe. But we'll find out next turn, most likely, as I'm just going to use it again. Alright. Doing good on the damage there. And if I'm correct... well, Kells did basically double damage there, so I'm going to assume that they were completely debuffed on the defense. Whatever the case, as you saw... well, that Suffocate is very good. None of the other multi-targeting options that Omori has really can match that flat 400 damage, so even though it only has one way to do any more than that, it's still pretty good. Now, I actually do remember the name of these eyeball somethings. These ones are Lily. I can't remember what the fish one is. As you can see, the Hitchhiker is here. If you talk to the Hitchhiker at any point... got another something here. Don't remember what this one's name is. They're not worth fighting. As you saw, they did not give any experience or any clams, so you may as well just run from them. The Hitchhiker, if you talk to him at any point, he will just whisk you out of Abyss. See some skeletons over there. Now, if I'm remembering, that voice we heard when swimming out of Deeper Well made mention that some of Omori's friends in past cycles of the dream, rather than dying, they just slumped down into Abyss. Or at the very least, we can presume he was referring to Abyss. Now, I'm probably not going to get every treasure chest in here because... well, every watermelon, if you want to be pedantic. Because it's actually quite a maze, and it's not terribly worth it to get all of them. I forget what the baseball cap does, although I know this one's a pretty good accessory. Plus 10 defense, plus 10 speed, not bad, but I like Omori's current accessory right now. Or I prefer it to that. Still, not a terrible one. Now, if we check this skeleton... huh. Looks like it had a little bit of life left in it, but that was an Aubrey from a past version of the dream. Most of these skeletons just give out the standard text, "It's not alive." But, looks like we've actually reached the bottom of Abyss. Now, I'm actually going to want to make a backup save here. Let's see. Just make sure I save over one that I don't want to keep. Yeah, throw that right there. Because we've got a boss fight coming up. As a matter of fact, should probably make sure we're topped off as far as health and juice goes. Use up some of those junk healing items. And especially I want Omori to be at full juice, so we'll just feed... Oh, wait. No. Wish I could sort these out better. Should really just get rid of all the junk that I'm not going to use. Okay, there we go. And here we have the boss of the Abyss. Yeah, not too hard to get to the bottom of it. Who is this, you may be asking? Well, let's just take a look. Abby. Alright. Now, like the various phobias that we fought, we can clear everybody's afraid with a different emotion. So we're going to do that to start. Actually, just thinking about it now, I forgot to equip a skill on Kel that I wanted to equip, but it's not a big deal. I'm going to start by making everybody angry. As you can see, these tentacles hit fairly hard, but I'm not too afraid of them. Now, as we defeat the tentacles, Abby will call in more of them, but I'm not very concerned with that. I do want to clear them out a little bit just so I can, keep some of the heat off my allies. So we'll just have Omori focus on suffocating the group right now. Let's just see, yeah, the tentacles are doing pretty well, so what we're going to want to do is throw out wind-up throw. And I'll have Kel focus on running and gunning. And Hero, I'll mesmerize them. Yeah, Hero can take the damage. Cutting a little close there, so we'll definitely want to throw a healing item at him after this turn. Yeah, I had oof. Never mind that. I had forgotten to equip Kel with Rebound. Bit of a mistake on my part. Let's see. Okay, next Suffocate should take him out. Let's see here. What I'm going to want to do is have Aubrey throw out a whole chicken. Gonna have Kel throw a Dino Jam, or a Life Jam. Well, I do have a Dino Jam. Should I? Nah. Just a regular Life Jam. Those tentacles are fairly fast. Alright, but that takes care of the tentacles for now, and we should be able to take out Abby before she calls in any more, or at the very least recalls all of them. It looks like she just calls one in immediately, but we can manage now. Alright, so now we're going to go on the full offensive, have Omori throw out red hands, do beatdown. Gonna have Kel focus on running and gunning. Gonna want to get Omori's juice back up, so we'll throw a pineapple juice at him. And at this point, the fight is basically won. Now, unfortunately, unlike the somethings that we can fight along the way, Abby does not grant us any EXP. Does look like she's starting to reel a bit from our offensive. There we go. And that should have us set for the rest of the fight. Yeah, we've already got this in the bag. And just launch a regular attack. Overall, not a terribly difficult fight, especially if you have Suffocate at disposal. Definitely it would have helped if I had remembered to throw a Rebound on Kel, but it's not a huge deal. As you can see, we've still got this fight under control. And there we go. We win. Oh, actually, we do get experience from this one. Huh. I don't remember that. Whatever the case, that's pretty good. Gets us a little bit closer to level 50. Now, despite getting experience for defeating Abby, we do not actually get an entry in the Fofax journal for her. Oh, those tentacles! So yeah, those tentacles that we've been seeing all throughout the game, all of them were Abby the whole time. And now that we've defeated her, she's offering us some very good items if we forgive her. You know what? I'm feeling generous. We'll forgive her. She still acknowledges Omori as the dreamer, even though Sunny is pretty well and gone at this point. Now, behind Abby, we can find another entryway into Black Space. Now, unlike the one in Mr. Jossum's office, this one is not a one-time deal, although the reason for that we'll be seeing later on. Now, the gimmick of this one is that we can see our friends over there, but every time we try to get close to them, the screen just glitches out a little bit. There's strange stones and a hand over there. Not anything we can do with them. Now, I do not know the various rooms in Black Space that are unique to this route quite as well as the rest of the game, due to the fact that when I played this route, the Black Space available to this route, the rooms that are specific, they were really, really buggy, and there was just numerous ways to cause all sorts of graphical bugs and soft lock yourself, and actually permanently ruin your save file if you're only using one. Hero's over there. See if we can get close to him. So yeah, I did not pursue it too deeply. I've been keeping up on the patch notes, and I believe they fixed some of the more damaging bugs, though. I'm sure there might be one or two still there. Doesn't look like we can get close to him from here. Maybe. Path is a little bit clear from here? No? Can't get to him. Well. Weather vane's pointing west. Well, if we keep examining it, it's pointing north now. It's pointing east. And a path has been opened up to Hero. But, same deal as before, try to get close, just not happening. Alright, well, let's try pointing the vane north then. Alright, yeah, you have no control over what direction it just points in a random one. So, heading north, and it does not look like there's anything here. Not see Kel anywhere. Looks like some white egret orchids, but unlike the various ones that we've seen throughout the game, cannot actually interact with those. And yeah, it does not look like there's anything else we can do here. Now, there very well may be a secret path in here that I'm just not aware of. A lot of the areas specific... Oh, hey, ladder. But if you climb up with this one, it just ends at nothing. But a lot of the rooms in Black Space 2, as a lot of people like to call it, they have secret paths that you can find just by brushing up against the walls. But I don't feel like messing around with that on camera, especially when I don't exactly know where all the secrets are, so we're just gonna gank ourselves to get out of here. Now, like I said, this one is not a one-shot deal. We can actually see it later. And there is actually a way to get out of it without stabbing yourself in that instance, but we'll detail that when we get there. And we shall say goodbye to Abby. It was nice talking to you. Now, I made special note to make a save before doing that boss fight, because there is a alternative reward if you decide to not forgive Abby. And we'll detail that, probably not at the end of this video, because I just don't feel like recording it today, but probably I'll just splice it into the video in the start of the next video. Now, like I said, we can just talk to the hitchhiker at any point in Abyss, and he'll take us right back to Deepwell, which we want to do, because now we've got a quest to find all of the tentacles across the world. And now that we have fought Abby, we can talk to the tentacles, and she'll give us a ultimate weapon, or an ultimate accessory. This one in particular is an ultimate weapon, Hero's ultimate weapon to be exact. All reliable. This one boosts the healing effect of heart restoratives and juice restoratives, so it's like the blender and the frying pan all rolled into one. And as you can see, it's a pretty sizable upgrade to Hero over the frying pan. So we want to equip that on him. Both of those effects will be very useful in the bonus bosses. Now, we've got a lot of exploring the world to do to collect all of these, so I'm just going to cut around to the various points where we can find these items, and I'll meet you there. So, see you in a bit. Alright, and here we are back at the stump, and you may notice there's some bloody footprints leading into it. And, going back in the white space, what does that indicate? Well, you know what, we'll leave it a mystery for now. Another tentacle in here, and this one gives us a baseball bat. This is Aubrey's ultimate weapon. Finally, she's been swinging around a baseball bat this whole game, but now she actually has one she can equip in battle. and some pretty good bonuses there. Oh, hit the wrong button there. There we go. Now Omori is really set to tear some stuff up. Now, I'm not going to actually jump cut right now, because there's a couple things to show off, and also the next tentacle is really close to here. As you can see, all of our friends have returned, so anything that you had left undone... Oh, also there's a gator guy here. Anything that you had left undone, you now have a chance to do it again, though I've already done all the quests, mostly because we come through here anyway, and it's really easy, and particularly the ones involving Burley have some really good rewards. So, even on a more speed-minded playthrough, I still take some time to do those quests. Now, the next tentacle we want to get is right next to Weeping Willow, so head in there. And what do we get from this one? Not going to get the LOL sword, we don't need it. Well, for this one we get the cough mask, and this is an ultimate charm. And it is a very good one. It gives massive bonuses to all your stats, save for hit of course, but man, those are just some really good bonuses, so we're definitely going to put that on Omori. He could really use the general boost to everything. Now, the next one, and this one's pretty special, is located in Sweetheart's Castle, so I'll meet you there. Alright, here we are. This one's pretty out of the way. This is the secret torture chamber with all the skeletons. Based on what we know now, we can presume that these are also the skeletons of Omori's friends from previous iterations of the dream. Now, before we take this one, we just want to take a good look at Omori's stats. Alright. Take a note of the important things. And, inside this pool, we get the red knife, the only alternate weapon that Omori can get. Let's take a look at his stats now. That actually did not increase as much as I like. It looks like he got a slight increase to everything, although his attack only went up by 2 points. Unfortunately, like the rusty knife, we can't actually unequip it to see what exactly we get from it. Kind of annoying. Alright, I'll meet you at the next set of tentacles. I'm sorry, did I say the next set of tentacles? I meant Rococo, because he's finished another commission for us. Legasp. Alright, nice to see that you're on top of things. Yeah, I see you're working more with an abstract angle this time. I suppose there is some truth in that. I can feel that you were inspired by Picasso. Alright, we'll pay you for another one. Happy has a tenuous definition. Next one is 15,000. These are getting pretty expensive. Alright. Okay, now we'll meet at the next set of tentacles for real. Yeah, I heard you. Alright, so I've been describing these as sets. It's not really sets, but all of these that we're about to get are in pretty close proximity to a Pluto space line, so may as well consider them a set. Also, I need to pad out the video. And this one awards us a chef's hat. Well, I can only think of one person who could take that. Let's see how that compares to his current accessory, though. If I can find it. Where is it? There it is. Plus 15 defense, and to restore some of his juice every turn. I think he could make good use of that. Honestly, that's probably not the best accessory for Hero, but, you know, it's theming. You might notice that couple that we saw in the one room of the last resort. They're over there. I guess they got bored of that place and decided to check out a different vacation spot. Now, the next one we're heading to is right on Snow Globe Bound, not too far from the space line. Yeah, we could use more Pluto in these videos. We haven't been seeing him too much, because usually I edit out the space line trips. And once again, we got this nice, relaxing piano music. Honestly, really big shame that you can only come here on the one route. But, you know, gotta have some exclusive content for it, I suppose. Alright, the next tentacle. And there are 8 tentacles altogether, just like an octopus. And what's this next gift that we get? A pretty bow? Well, I can only think of one person to give that to. Definitely could trade it out for the red ribbon, finally. Been using that for quite a while. See, the pretty bow gives a massive attack and some really good HP. Yeah, this is a pretty good one altogether. Slight defense boost, though not as much as the red ribbon, but it's enough. Definitely you want a good amount of HP, because in the upcoming fights, we're going to be taking a lot of damage overall. Get out of my way, Snow Bunny. Don't you just love it when the enemies just zip right... Oh, what the heck? That was weird. Normally there's a pretty generous cooldown before the enemies can fight you again. That must have been a slight glitch there. Always seeing some funny things while you record, you know? The next one is in Otherworld. Well, Kel, that's too bad. And yes, Kel will never be ready, and he'll always have to hug on to Pluto's leg. Alright, to Otherworld. I always forget that that's the first one on the list. Now, you may remember where this one is. It's right in the entryway to the field. It was blocking us when it was sandwiched, or that being right next to that guy who wanted the donut, it was blocking us so we couldn't make any progress through there. Alright, what do you got for us now, Abby? And from this one, we get a headband. Again, I don't remember what this one does. I'm gonna still keep the flower crown on Kel, but you know, we've been throwing these on everybody else. Raises most stats. Those are actually some pretty good bonuses, but I actually do want Kel to stick with the flower crown. That HP is just unmatchable. It's the best defensive bonus he can hope for. Alright, I'll meet you at the last tentacle. And here we are at the last tentacle. Now what do we get from this one? Well, who hasn't gotten an ultimate weapon yet? And from this one, we get the basketball, Kel's ultimate weapon. Get away from that sprout mole, and we'll take a look at that. Now, I've made reference to the characters all having multiple ultimate weapons, and it kind of depends on which route you're on is the best that they can hope for. Now, compared to the chicken ball, the basketball, as you can see, gives pretty sizable bonuses to Kel's offense, his juice especially, and his luck, which causes him to throw out a lot of crits. But it doesn't give him nearly as much speed as the chicken ball, a full 100 points less. Now, honestly, the chicken ball is pretty good for run and gun damage, but for overall usefulness, I think the basketball is probably the better one. Now, for a later fight, looking at this, I may want the chicken ball for that, but it's not critical. So we'll throw the basketball on him, just fit in with the ultimate weapon theming. He still has the most speed by a pretty wide margin, and he'll still go fast, or he'll still go first in the vast majority of fights. Now, we've gotten all the ultimate equipment, but a couple bonus things to show off. As you can see, these docks are crawling with somethings. You can fight all these if you want to, but it doesn't do anything if you defeat them all. So, just a bit of a curiosity. Now, there is one other place that we can see a special encounter. Not one that goes in the Fofax journal, of course, just the last 3 bonus bosses we need to defeat to fill that out. But it's worth showing off because this is the only place where you can encounter this enemy. You may remember the tree with the tire swing. Last time we examined it, a strange little thing happened and the tire swing actually disappeared. If we come back here now... Oh, I didn't actually check it on this playthrough. Well, let's look at it now. So now the tire swing is gone, and if we come back, we fight a unique incarnation of something. This one is Nancy. Nancy does not stand a chance because we are fully kitted out with the best equipment in the game, so we're just going to completely dumpster her. Poor Nancy. Wonder what she's sorry for, though. Well, that's just something we're not going to figure out on this run. But that is all there is left to do outside of the bosses in Humphrey. So this will probably be a shorter video once I edit it down, but I feel like we've done enough. Now, next time when we come back, what we'll be doing, and off-screen I will take care of all the farming required for this, we will see the rest of the commissions that we have not yet seen, and we will see a bonus scene of if we chose to not spare Abby. But otherwise, that's everything else that we need to do outside of Humphrey, and then afterwards, I think we'll take on the boss rush first, and then all the bonus bosses. And what else? Well, that remains to be seen. So, we'll just save our game here again, and, well, continue in the next video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, goodbye.